Certainly behind me is the apartment where the father lives, and periodically the two sons drop by, particularly Tamerlan last year. We saw him approach here the third time he'd driven past, stopped, a woman got out of his car, went into the apartment. Then we approached his car to ask a couple of questions. Let's hear to what he had to say.
CNN? Are you CNN? I'm so sorry, sir. We just wanted to hear your story, that was all. I accept it's a very difficult time for you. We just want to give you the chance to...
Now, during this exchange, he does make it clear he does not believe his sons, quote, were never, ever involved in any of the attacks in Boston. I asked him, are you going to the United States, as he had said before? He said, yes, absolutely. Wouldn't answer the question as to when. Struggled, looked very uncomfortable when I asked if Russian special services, their security services here, who did appear to take him away last night, if they had been in contact with him. I also asked him, when was the last time that you spoke to your sons? That question really did seem to grate. I couldn't really hear his response, and that was when he began to put the automatic window up on my outstretched arm holding a microphone. So a man clearly uncomfortable in the spotlight here, that the impossible questions for him to answer about his son, for any father to answer about their child, are now being asked at him, clearly angry at much of the attention he's getting today. John?
You said clearly angry, obviously emotional right now. You know, in a sense of denial, some might say. What do you think he makes of what's going on right now here in the United States?
Well, I'm sure in his mind he believes the images he's been shown may not be entirely the full truth. He seems entirely convinced of his son's innocence from that. Many people in this town, in fact, express sheer disbelief, almost disregard towards any evidence put up by US officials that the Tsarnaev brothers are somehow to blame. That perhaps stems from a broad mistrust in this region, from corruption and abuses of law enforcement officials as a whole. But clearly, as you saw there, a man deeply uncomfortable, deeply troubled. And of course, just bear in mind, a parent who's lost one son and now seen perhaps television pictures of another badly wounded under arrest. John?
And Nick, you know, we've heard he has plans to come back to the United States. He has been here before. Do you expect he'll return?
I thought absolutely that's likely. I'm sure he wants to be there to provide whatever support he can, certainly. He does appear to have adequate infrastructure and documents to be able to get back there. Much of the talk about why he returned here was simply for health reasons. He just enjoyed the climate, perhaps, more here. So yes, very likely he will return. Whether he takes his wife with him or not, nobody quite knows, and whether it's short-term or permanent, that's still to be decided. But clearly a man who wants to provide whatever support he can for his son, Dzhokhar, surviving, who he does believe had nothing to do with Boston. Christine?